know you thought you knew what OP meant when watching all those clickbait videos, huh? Including mine. But no! A simple weapon alone is not OP. What's up guys, it's Project and I'm going to show you how to be truly OP with the most broken setup that you can make in the early game in under 2 hours from scratch. So you can either play it as is or simply use it as a template to get your new character to a late level to then respec into the build you want. So this isn't just a premature build video since I'm only level 35, but I will show you how to get most of the things in the build from start to finish with upgrade materials to get to a +6 weapon and around 7 to 8 flask at +2 as well. So let the build begin. Welcome to the Galaxy Eater. It is an int and faith build utilizing the sword of Night and Flame, the craziest sword that you can get for free without having to fight anything. In fact, that's kind of most of the game. There's tons of OP stuff that you can get for free without having to fight. It's really weird, which is how this is possible. And I'm going to get you enough mats to get to +6 with some leftovers for your talisman. Now the sword is split damage between fizz, fire, and magic at once. The sword itself is kind of whatever, however, its unique ashes of war are what make it OP. And it's likely because the damage of these scale off your AR, attack rating. So the higher you boost your attack with weapon upgrades or buffs, the stronger these spells hit for. Holding L2 puts you into a stance, and then hitting R2 does a huge, and I mean huge, flame attack with crazy range, while the R1 after the L2 does a giant Kamehameha beam of destruction. Both are powerful, and that is the good thing about this sword. You have 2 elements to use, whereas most unique weapons are locked to just 1, so it is super versatile. Next up, Talisman is the Golden Seal, a late game item we can reach without fighting anything. That scales Incantations with Int and Faith. As far as the spells themselves, however, I haven't decided which to use yet, as I wanted to get this out as soon as possible. But I think primarily we'll be doing Incantations and sword attacks. And to be honest, your spells might not match the damage of this sword anyways, at the earlier levels. I also got this armor, which I'll show the location later, just to throw on something that was cool and nearby the routes I took. For talismans, I put on Radagon's Sword Seal to meet the strength requirement and have some HP at this level at least. And the second slot is the Carrion Filigreed, gotten by the giant merchant after talking to Blad and doing his first quest. For the Incantations, it's basically just 2 at the moment. Flames, grant me strength. This raises your physical attack and fire attack, which does affect the R2 fire skill, but it does nothing for the beam however. But as you can see, the damage jump is fairly significant. So yes, this guide will let you destroy everything till late game. The second incantation is Flames of Frenzy, as despite its OP-ness, the sword can't stagger with the skills, so 2 charges of Frenzy, while likely dealing less damage, should stagger most things for you to get more hits off with your Night and Flame. As far as stats, these are what I have now. From here, obviously you want to pump that figure up, and the final build will probably look like this at 125. I might tinker around with the stats, but the 41 is for the Flame of the Fell God, but I'll have to see how it is first for this build, as I don't want it to be a pure incantation build. I just want to primarily use the sword. So that is the build, pretty simple, and as you can see here, all this done within 2 hours of playtime. You can't ask for a better start than that. So from here, I will explain how to get everything you can to start the build yourself, fully from start to finish. The video does have spoilers, so yeah, warning I guess, though it's probably too late now because of the intro. But if you want to be OP, you gotta venture to later game areas. Enough said. Now, to get the sword, you have to enter a scary mid-game zone. So from Gatefront, after getting your horse, warp back to Church of Ella. Rena will appear to give you a doggo and bell. If you don't do this now, she won't show up later. Now from Gatefront, go to Stormhill Shack, grabbing the golden seed along the way, and follow this path all the way to Liurna Grace. which then you'll get the sacred tear from that church nearby and the rest of the run goes all the way to the weapon. However, there is a map fragment here nearby the Merchant Grace, surrounded by enemies. Lure them away from the pillar until you can safely collect it, and then continue my path. Once you reach here in this ruined city, the second map fragment is right there. Grab it, and now your eyes are unclouded. From here, just follow my path. We'll pick up a golden seed along the way, and directly from there is the warp portal we need. Once warped, another map fragment is right there. The easiest map fragments in the game, son! Now turn around and get the grace and resume. Eventually there will be ruins. You're gonna want to go along the right side rather than the middle, and eventually you'll reach a wall. Except it's not a wall, it's an illusion. Whack it, and a grace and giant are revealed. Get the grace, and the merchant here, the big guy over there, sells somber stones 1 to 4. You can buy them if you want later, but we're going to get them all for free on my route because we're greedy. And that's going to save you about 10k runes, and we like our runes around here. So continue onwards, following this path here. As long as you stay on the right side, you should avoid the arrows raining on your head, grab the grace, and continue into the castle. But bye-bye torrent. Now, this area is pretty dangerous, so be high alert. Finger hand monsters are on the ground, so be careful to go around them. Otherwise, you might get one shot. But continue the path here, and a big old grabby will show up. Run inside as best you can, and continue the route. And yeah, once you reach here, you now have the most broken sword you can get with the most broken Ash of War skill early game. All without beating a single enemy. Congratulations. I don't know why this thing is so strong for free, but here it is. Nice balance. It's time to get a Uchi, which is gotten from this path here. Use the Stormhill Shack Grace and make sure to talk to Roderica there, but once in the catacombs, follow this route to obtain the Uchi Katana. You will need its bleed in order to kill the dragon. And nab the glove warts in the area while you can, and then die. Once done, spawn at first step. We're going to get a golden chicken nugget to maximize our gains. So go to this path here, and on a corpse is a free foot. Now, jump off and die, you maidenless scum. Now, spawn at the gate front and head east on the main road. Eventually crossing the bridge, there is a corpse on a chair here, a somber stone level 1. Then go up this way to the Church of America. Once there, you get another sacred tier and your flask of physic, so +2 flasks now. Go out this little entrance here and there's a secret portal. Take it. This leads to my farming video, but just follow my route here for the rest. You can slow the video down if you want to run alongside it from another screen, using YouTube's slow down thingy. And now that we passed the 1,000-year-old dragon, it's time to go into the fort to obtain the Radagon Sword Seal, the most broken talisman early game, raising 4 of your stats by 5 points each, and barely, if at all, increases the damage against you this early on. Now, die again. We're dying a lot, I know. And now's the time to kill the dragon. So whip out that cat and make him bleed at this spot here. Bleed procs are percent based on enemy HP and your arcane stat. So even at +0, you'll be dealing 13k chunks off the dragon when it procs. We don't use the flail here because we will not increase dex. So keep chopping away at it, but stop on the last 20% HP. Now is the time you eat the foot, as it'll boost the runes you gain by 40 to 50%. And once the dragon and all the little baby dragons are slain, you gain a total of 92,000 runes, which is enough to not only meet the requirements for the sword, but afford all the upgrades as well. So level int and faith to 24, and then the rest probably into all vigor. And now you can use your knight and flame in less than 30 minutes of playing, as you see here. Before upgrading though, we do want some better clothes. These thin mage clothes are hardly a fit for a destroyer of worlds, Vishnu. So follow this path for a sick free full armor set back in Liurna. Once here, smack the pot and some guy will beg for mercy. We'll let him live for now. He gives you half of his cookie, and now it's time to go back at the round table. You'll notice things have changed a bit. An invader will come out and try to kill you. Obliterate him. And you get the bone thingy. And now I'll respawn at the map and everything will be back to normal, and you can walk over here and the skeleton bro's armor is yours. RIP. Now to get your upgrades, go to the main Karya Manor gate here. We're going to kill the hand thingies that are underground. A flame strike will do about half their HP, and you can get off another one before they can even do anything. But with luck, you can get a level 2 Somber Stone, as their drop rate is really high. So a good farm spot for it, regardless of this video or not. But once you do, this time you're going to head right from the Grace, and ahead of it is an entrance. Go in and follow me. There is some enemies, but luckily they're all weaklings. So kill them and head here for a level 3 Somber. Easy peasy. For level 4 and 5, we'll have to go to Celia Tunnel, which is found here inside a chest that will transport you there. But run in and the first thing you should do is grab the Grace down here. Once you have that, run to around here and then jump on the roof and over this opening to go into this area. Keep running straight, avoiding the ambush, and up a ladder behind you is a level 4 Somber Stone. And there's more in the walls ahead, so nab them too if you want. And we are going to fight the boss, but it'll be last. For the level 5 Somber Stone, go to the Grace that will lead to a swamp. And from here, head this way. At the end is an enemy, and you can kill it for funsies, but the item is a level 5 Somber, the easiest one to get. Finding this shit was so annoying, dude. And the final 6th one, you're gonna have to beat the boss in that tunnel. But at +5, it should be way easier. And if you want, you can wait till you get our summon to make it easier. The final item is the Golden Seal. You already got one half of the fragment at the fort, but you need a second one, so you gotta go down to Fort Height down here and get it there. Use the 3rd Church of America Grace to access it, and then follow this route all the way there. It's a long run. Grab the golden seeds here, and now with all the churches you got, you should be at like +2 to 3 and 7 to 8 flasks deep, of which you'll want to allocate them to be about 3 to 4 for the blue stuff. And for your summons, it's just kind of basic for now. You can get the demi-human ashes here, but ultimately the mimic summon will be the goal, but that's too far ahead in the game. But you just kind of want a lot of mobs that attack quickly to draw aggro, or a big chunky guy that can deal a lot of damage and tank some of the hits. And also make sure to upgrade your spirit, of course. And lastly, for spells, get the frenzy incantation down here that I've showed off enough that most people should know how to get this by now. But the next important one is found up here, near 2 fire breather machines in Caelid, and you can get here easily from the Gravesword Grace in the area I covered in my previous videos. But this spell is a monster for damage boost for our build, and that's about all there is to it. So hope you guys enjoy the build. I don't know if something needs to be nerfed or if this is just how the game is for now. Perhaps they can change the location of such weapons to be behind bosses, and I know mages are capable of crazy kills as well, but that's more mid to late level as they rely on their stats, whereas I'm literally only level 35 and doing this much damage, and the build is not complete. I will complete it later, but for now I just wanted to get this out. Obviously all this footage is earlier content, but yeah, it'll speed up getting a new character built immensely, and you can even respec into anything you want afterward. So it benefits both people who want an in-faith build and people who want to get their build done faster for PvP or whatever. So I'm probably going to stream the build the next few days. I'm going to be putting down my samurai for a bit, unfortunately, and I still haven't even beat the game since I worked on these guides and I don't have time with work. For those that haven't watched my other early guides, check them out. But that's it for me. Slam that like button if you want to see more builds like this for more weapons or archetypes, and subscribe for more Elden Ring epicness.
Holy shit!